Maganda Gumaga, thanks for joining me at Fil-Am, Fil-Fam, Destination Philippines. This is a video journal of me making changes in my life in order to achieve a goal, and that goal is moving to the Philippines. So this is a Spartan Challenge update. The last Spartan Challenge update video I did was for week 4. I totally slacked on it. I failed in a lot of areas, maintained in some areas, and progressed in one area. So I'm going to go over my update and progress for weeks 5, 6, and 7. So read one book a month, epic fail. I did not complete my first book in the first month, but I'm almost done with it. And so then I still have about 10 days or so to finish another one, which is another 200-page book. So, all I have to do is I'll do that, and I'm going to make sure I do that. So, failed. Read one book a month, I failed. No excuses, I gotta do it. Physicality, employing multiple disciplines. The biking, I biked for the week 5, I biked 100 miles. And then for week 6, I think I only biked like about 80 miles. I took one day off of work. Again, it kind of goes back to, It kind of goes back to letting my emotions get in control of me. I was having an issue at work, and I didn't go into work one day. Called in to pursue some job opportunities, and so I didn't end up biking that 100 miles that week. So week 6, fail on my biking. But I did get back into working out, like going under my bench press and doing free weights. So week 5 of my bench press, I did 155 for 10, and then did other sets. But that was like my main work set, my goal set. And then plus doing dips, and I was actually able to do like 8 pull-ups. So I was happy with that. And then week 7, I probably only biked like 30 miles that week. I had to miss some work because I had to do some safety training for my new job, and then also I had some dental work, so I wasn't really, when it comes to dentist stuff, I'm a big baby, so I had to get a tooth pulled, and I just was not biking, and even walking around it would throb and stuff, and I don't like that stuff, so, but fail on that. No FAP, I have definitely stuck to the guidelines. I'm actually thinking I'm on about week 3 of semen retention, which is good, and I feel the difference. I feel more motivated. I have a little bit of extra energy, especially when it comes to my workouts and stuff. But also, I'm back to the physicality. I'm kind of gonna cut down on my biking a lot. It's getting pretty cold in the mornings here in Arizona, so I don't think I'm gonna be biking to work. But I am going to up my dog walk since it's cooler in the evening now. And my dog, he's pretty good, so I want to make sure I give him some good walks. So I've been walking him 3.3 miles, not every day, but almost every day, but a minimum 2 miles every day. So my goal for walking him is 2 miles every day. And, with the biking, I'm probably down 30 pounds. Without a doubt, I'm down 30 pounds. Because if you go back to my very first video, my introduction video to my channel, dude, I was so like puffy and smooth. Like, you could definitely tell a difference between that video and now. So, but the NoFap is definitely, I'm starting to see the benefits of it. Meditation and journaling, absolute fail on the journaling part. I did meditate a few times, but not every day. I'm definitely getting back into that, though, but failed all 3 weeks on the journaling. I have just kind of forgotten about it. Like I said, I let my emotions get in control of me over the situation with my job, and I just dead forgot about it. Number 5, no video games, no alcohol, no drugs. 11 weeks sober today, or as of yesterday, which is a big win for me, actually. So that was one area that I definitely won in. Next week will be 3 months sober. I can't believe I'm doing that. I never thought I could. But that's why, this Spartan challenge is so important and so helpful, because I actually have some sort of guideline to stick to rather than just going through the same habits every day and expecting to change. You're not going to change that way. And I'm able to do it with no AA, no real support from any outside source other than the Spartan challenge. And they have medication that you can take to help quit drinking alcohol, which a coworker did give me some leftover medicine that he used to quit drinking, but I didn't end up taking it. I didn't really want to. I thought, I just didn't think I was strong enough to do it, so I asked him about it, but I didn't ever use it. And I still have the bottle. I'm just going to throw it away. I don't need that stuff. It's a Spartan challenge and having a goal that's keeping me sober. And my YouTube channel, it's a good hobby, and it helps keep me sober. And that's one thing I definitely tell people about whenever I discuss my YouTube channel, is that it helps keep me sober. It gives me a hobby. So, big win, 11 weeks sober. And also no processed foods and no junk food. I did order a pizza the day that I called into work because I was mad about my job situation. Oh, I hate it. God, I hate it. I hate that I let my emotions get so in control of me. You know what I mean? And then even the next week when I was still kind of salty about it, I ordered I got a cheeseburger from not a fast food joint. It's like a burger restaurant, but it still wasn't good, and it didn't even taste good. It was so unsatisfying. I mean, the chicken and the broccoli and the rice that I'm eating, it's so tasty to me now. Like anything else, even the pizza is just like, I just ordered pizza because I'm lazy. I didn't want to cook. And that's just so lame. But also, too, I've been grilling steaks, New York strips, and those are real tasty, too. And, I wanted to say something else about my diet. Oh, I'm starting to eat like a whole bag of broccoli at a time, too, especially when I cook steaks, when I grill steaks. I won't eat any carbs with that. I'll just grill a steak and then cook a whole bag of frozen broccoli, melt some butter in the pan and then I almost let it get it burnt, like to where it's kind of crispy, and I season the broccoli and it's good. So, and I feel so much better after that, like when I ate a pizza and then when I ate that burger, I felt just like, ugh. I'm sure it's from the quality of the food, but also the kind of the guilt that I was experiencing, the shame of just like, ugh, I can't believe I did that, threw away, a week's worth of work or, a month's worth of work, down the tube. I mean, it wasn't down the tube, but, I really wanted to stick to these guidelines. And, I felt a lot of shame after eating that. And I don't want to do that. So, excuse me. But, I let my emotions get in control, and I ruined 3 weeks of work, weeks 5, 6, and 7. Not all the way, but still, I only won in my physicality halfway because I missed a bunch of days biking. But I did get stronger. I think one of those weeks, I can't remember which, I was bench pressing 155 for 10. The next week I jumped up 10 pounds and was able to do 165 for 10. And my goal is by the end of December, that might be kind of tough, but we'll see. By the end of December, I wanted to get 185 for 25. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But I'm going to give it a shot and see how close I can get to it at least. So, yeah, I want to try to do 185 for 25 by the end of the month. That's going to be kind of hard. Especially, man, I'm sore for like 3-4 days after I do that. But, like I said, I let my emotions get in control. But, it's good being a part of this Discord. I met Become Alpha, and he straight checked me on that stuff. He told me I'm slacking, especially about my video uploads, because he's like, how come you're not doing your Spartan challenge updates? And I told him, he's like, man, I don't want to hear that mess. So it's good to have good brothers like that around you. My brother from a Puerto Rican mother, he told me, he called me out on it, and I'm so glad he did. Because I was using it as an excuse. Like, I mean, I was bummed out and things like that, but no way I should have let that ruin what I was doing. So I'm glad he gave me another pull-up. And he's been there for me a couple times when I'm just kind of bummed out, and he, you know, gave me little pep talks and stuff. But the last time he's like, I don't want to hear that shit no more. And it's good that he did. You know, I'm glad that he did. So, you know, he's also pushing me to do 2 videos a day, which is what he's doing, and his channel's growing a lot. And, you know, I want my channel to grow too. So he's like, man, you got to push out content, pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. So he's like 2 videos a day. So I'm working on that, you know. But, you know, because I was having issues at work, you know, I felt like the overtime, the spreading out of the overtime was very unfair. You know, I noticed, you know, same couple guys getting to come in all the time. And me and my lead man, we had some words about it. So, you know, I went and looked for another job. And it wasn't, I didn't even look for the job. They reached out to me. And I get emails all the time, you know, for job interviews and stuff, you know, starting out a lot more than I'm making now. And, you know, that next day, boom, I answered an email. So it was a Friday. I answered the email, scheduled the interview for work or for after work on the next Monday, went and took my drug test, accepted the position, went and took my drug test right away. Boom. Now I start my new job on the 31st. I'm making a lot more money with plenty of overtime. The job's going to be harder, but I don't care. I'm not scared of hard work. I've been a hard worker my whole life, and you know, it's going to pay off for me. So everything's looking out, or you know, turning out for me and stuff. And you know, in a way, I guess I kind of am glad. Well, I'm not glad, but how I recognize that I let my emotions get in control of me and ruin weeks 5, 6, and 7 on my Spartan Challenge update. You know, now I'll recognize once I get into that same pattern again. And, you know, plus, you know, having the accountability of a good brother that's looking out for me, has my best interest in mind. You know, I don't want to let him down again. I don't want him to tell me, hey, man, cut the crap. Do what you know you're supposed to do. I don't want to hear that from him. Not like, I don't want to hear that from him. I don't want to hear it from him because he recognizes that I'm slacking, you know? So I'm turning that negative into a positive. Not saying what he said was negative to me. He was calling me out on my nonsense and my slacking. So I'm turning that into the positive and, you know, make sure that if I feel like I'm getting bummed out or whatever, you know, I got to kick myself up, you know, kick myself in the butt and, you know, stop slacking and, you know, get back to the grind. So I appreciate that, brother. So, but, you know, today was the first day of the new week. I just did a interview with a Philippine vlogger, Mike's Philippine Journey. He reached out to me today and said, hey, man, let's get together. Let's cam up together. And so we talked for about a little over an hour, and he has a lot of knowledge about the Philippines. I did one reaction video to some of his content. And, you know, he's a red pill guy. He's like, I kind of describe him as the Filipino Kevin Samuels, the Filipino Godfather. So, you know, I'm going to push out, I got to push out more content. So I'm just kind of brainstorming and thinking of more content that I can do. So, I guess so weeks 5, 6, and 7, I would say it was a fail, but not a complete fail, but I know I can do better. And, you know, that's what Become Alpha said. He's like, I see the potential in you, so tighten up. And that's what I'm going to do. So today was Monday. Started out good. I just came back in from walking my dog, and, you know, I'll stay on path. I got this week to finish my book, which I'll be able to finish it by, you know, in like 2 days, and then finish my next book before the end of the month. I got to do that. That's one thing I definitely want to do. And with my journaling, I got to figure out something how I'm going to keep my journal. That way I'm not forgetting about it. Maybe I'll keep it in my backpack, or, I don't know, Bo says he keeps it by his nightstand, so maybe I'll do that. But whatever it is, I got to figure it out. And, you know, the only one I'm hurting is myself by not adhering to these guidelines. You know, I just hurt myself. Weeks 5, 6, and 7, I felt like a piece of crap. I felt like a failure, you know, because I let my emotions get in the way. And I could be 3 weeks ahead of what I am now, but, well, like I gained in my bench press, and a couple of the areas, but I slacked too much. So in those weeks, so this is week 8. I just started week 8 today, and it's back to the grinding stone. So thanks for joining me at Fil-Am, Fil-Fam, Destination Philippines.